تشوف بلكي نعدي نشري خروف.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. We are listening to music from Saharan Cell Phones Volume 2. And honestly, I'm kind of vibing. I'm kind of feeling it. And I kind of like it. Kind of weird, but I like it. It's my kind of weird ass music. But as you can see over here, a lot of work has been done since last night and me having an emotional breakdown over mass combat. You may be wondering what work has been done. Alright, let's go through what's been added. So, basics are the die has been changed to training die, first off. Let's go all the way down here. We bumped it up to the brigade size. We did that yesterday. I added the Supreme Commanders and Officers. Supreme Commander is the overall leader of the force. And pretty much every unit that doesn't have an officer, they're using the Supreme Commander's leadership for it. So you want to have someone who's really good at a little bit of everything to be the Supreme Commander, while each individual unit receives a bonus from their specific officers who control them. Usually player characters, but you can also hire people if that's your jam. So, depending on their leadership scores, depending on where their effect actually takes place. So a leadership 5 person is not going to get any effect. He's not going to be able to do much with battalions and brigades. But a leadership level 3 person is going to be able to affect squads and platoons. So fix the initiative up. Pretty much it's Supreme Commander going, and they go back and forth, which brings me to the warfare actions. Every turn, every time you go, you have to select an action for your unit. It goes back and forth, until all units are activated on both sides. You can't double activate a unit, and it's simply activate at once. But you can attack, you can entrench, maneuver, retreat, or use equipment. So, if we go down here to modifiers, this is where things get a little bit weird. So, personnel, these increase your training die. So, if you have criminals in your, it's going to go up training die. You might be just armed rabble, but now you're going to be trained because you know how to fight. Or you're going to go down one because you're not, you may be elite badasses, but you're all in your set, but you're all elderly. Like, you're not going to be doing as much. Support equipment and supplies. This is going to have another thing based on another mechanic called control zones. I'll be getting that a little bit later. So infantry weapons, what guns are being used, and you notice here soft attack. If you look down here, you see soft attack. I should put heart attack actually. You see heart attack. What does this mean? Well, if we look here on my handy dandy little notepad document, if we go bump it up. It's the same one we were using from last night. We'll bump it up to 22. So each fighting unit is assigned 5 values. Their training die, their strength, pretty much the number of wounds they have, their organization, which is pretty much how organized, how hardy, and how high their morale is, their soft attack and hard attack. Both of these are flat values. And those effectively assist with how well you are doing. So if you have soft attack, you can kill infantry. If you have hard attack, you can kill armor or mechanized infantry. Pretty much, if you have vehicles, you are going to be considered armored, you're going to be considered mechanized, and it's going to be harder to actually attack you. And you may be wondering, what do you mean by that? So if we go all the way down here, fighting unit attacks another. They deal their training die plus soft/hard attack plus modifiers to the enemy force. The enemy force reduces the damage by their training die plus organization plus modifiers, and then reduces their strength. So what does this mean overall? What this means is that I'm actually leaning back a little bit right now. What this means is that there's chances that you're going to be doing harm to enemies that are a lot. There's a chance you can die instantly from some enemies. They get a few lucky hits on you. There's also chances where you're going to go back and forth a lot more. This also makes it so that elite units aren't immediately just going to kill everything regardless of their size. You know, your cannon, a crap ton of cannon fodder can still, by technicality, outroll and beat an elite unit if that elite unit is trash garbage and the cannon fodder has a few bonuses assisting them. The likelihood of it happening, low. The implication of it is still there. So we also change. So pretty much a fighting unit is half its strength. The supreme commander or unit officer makes a leadership skill check depending on the training of the field unit. Pretty much, if you go from, let's say you have 50 strength, you go down to 25, you begin the rout. And that is as you see, the target number for things like cannon fodder, rabble are really difficult. That's on purpose. Like, it's supposed to be hard. Mostly when it comes to things like retreat orders. So if we scroll all the way back up here. If you just want to make them retreat from a combat zone, you're going to have to make a morale test at half the regular value. So for armed civilians, you're going to have to make a target number 15 check to make sure they don't rout completely. That they don't throw down their guns and say, oh God, the officer told us to run away, let's run away. Yeah, you want to make sure they don't do that. That's the goal, is to not run away in panic, but have an organized retreat. So, oof. But as you can see, it's kind of disgusting. And I've been using various things to make it work. But so overall, I'm actually going to zoom this out to 75. So I want to see everything. So what are control zones? So each battlefield is comprised of a series of control zones. These reflect areas of intense interest for the forces in question, allowing the controlling force to occupy them. Occupy them for victory points. At the end of every round, the total victory points are added up. The total victory points are added up. If one force has double the number of victory points, they win the battle. They win the battle by So effectively what the control zone mechanic is, what it allows people to do is set things up in them, and they might be able to give resources. They all do something unique. So, let me see, each control zone is unique for strategic purposes as well. With certain control zones allowing the occupying force to set up equipment, establish better supply lines, or simply control a strategic points on the battlefield. Example, control zones. The village. Actually, each control zone has a certain amount of space for equipment to be set up in it. I'm going to turn that off now. We'll turn on some smooth. Nope. Don't care. No. So, a certain amount of space for equipment to be set up, and so, example, control zones, the village, occupied by by a number of civilians. Village is already considered to be. How do I want to word this? Each controls on a certain amount of space for equipment to be set up in. It may confer other bonuses for its control. Example, control zone, alpha point, large open field. Large open field that allows for easy setup. Equipment. 3 slots for equipment. Town of Jaza. A tightly packed village. Tightly packed village of civilian. Where are you? Yep, trenched. Town is already considered to be fortified. Town is already considered to be fortified. 1 slot for equipment. The bridge. A well-fortified bridge that's been around for years. Bridge cuts off access to control zones on the side of river. 0 slots for equipment. Let's see, side note. Making control zones. Most control zones. Most control zones can be summarized by the number of slots they have or their strategic importance. When making new control zones, consider the number of slots available, and the bonuses it confers for holding it. For example, holding a town means it's fortified. It's fortified, but has less slots, while holding a field could mean that all nearby control zones are considered to be well supplied. So we want oh yeah, armchair warfare, abstract warfare, and all that jazz. We're going to do the Chad move, as you can tell, and just yeet it out of existence. There you go, it's gone. On the other hand, now we get to add shit. Control zone, each is comprised. Consists, occupy victory point. Yeah. Example controls. Control Shift 8. No, that's not how I want it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Control Shift 8. Example control zones. Let's see. Successful. Control zones. Side note, making control zones. Supply. One victory point. Victory point. My mouse go. No. What was that sound? That was distressing. Okay. I don't know what that was. Neat. I like it when random sounds random sounds occur. I'm deciding on the victory point values. Consider use the following point is not strategic, simply convenient. 1 point, open fields, dense woods, etc. Point is strategic, strat, actually 3 victory point. Point is strategic, can be destroyed. Point is strategic, but not vital. 2 points. One of many bridges. A radio tower. Etc. Point is strategic. Point is strategic. And vital. 3 points. Towns. Single bridges. That would be another very vital. No. Medical posts. CC. Table. Control V. Making controls then. And this is a little bit hand-wavy, but I think it works for the purpose of what I'm going for here, which is kind of like you define what you want your points to look like, because every single battlefield is going to be vastly different. Some points may be valuable, some points may not be valuable at all, but each of them has its own unique thing to it. So... Alright, we got control zones wrapped up. So now we need to work on... Okay, let's see. We want to go up here. Oh, jeez. Okay. Now here comes the fun part of me adding in everything and reorganizing it all. Oh, fuck. Okay. No. Okay. Each fighting unit is assigned 5 values. Okay. The fighting unit. What is this? Okay. Apparently if I hit Control W, it doesn't do it. It makes a sound. Cool. During battle, fighting unit. Most important aspect of the engagement. Determining what they have on them. How they are fighting, and how well they are fighting. How they are fighting and how well they are fighting all determine the outcome of the battle. Each fighting unit is assigned 5 values: training, strength, organization, soft attack, and hard attack. So, the training die, actually, let's see, training die, and then we can put, so, let's send training die. The fighting units overall ability, training to fight in large-scale warfare. Okay. Now we come to the reorganizing bit. This is the fun part, everyone. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do the jank way of doing it. So I'm going to select everything. Hit Control-C. Oh yeah, I was showing people Granbelm earlier. So let's go to Hearts of Darkness. We want hit new Google Docs. Yes, we're going to create a new doc. And we're going to call this one Fixing Mass Combat. We're going to post everything. We're going to Control-V everything in here, all 9 pages of it. We're going to start reorganizing it. So, Guts and Glory. I'm going to take this out. I don't need that. Okay, that comes into play. The brigade operates as the faction. As a faction's primary fighting force, the main core of their fighting. The brigade is organized into battalions, companies, platoons, and squads. When engaged in large-scale combat, the fighting unit. Okay, let's say the fighting units. Half of me wants to call them FUs. FUs. A little bit too on the nose? Probably. Do I care? It works. FUs are assigned a die value representing training, supplies, health, and morale. Find a die value representing their training is also as well as a set of statistics representing their abilities and vocations. The fighting unit is designated as a hello phone, diggity ding ding ding, how are you? Alright, I'm going to get a call in a few minutes. I don't know how long a few minutes is, but I'm probably just going to have to put a little break in the stream. So I'll make sure to leave a snarky comment. So, operating groups for both sides, meaning a platoon fighting against a brigade will be a series of squads versus a series of platoons. So, the FU's overall ability and training to fight in large-scale warfare. D2, cannon fodder. Rabble, armed civilians, trained veteran professionals. Trained veteran elites. Okay. what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that button right there. Control X. Post U right there. Ha ha ha. Nope, nope, don't want you there. I want you to go up. I want you to be right there. Reduce you in size a little bit. There we are. The average size of a brigade. The fighting unit. So this would be heading 3. So this would be heading 2. So fighting units would be heading 2. So they're training die. Personnel. Actually. Okay, no. If we go to fighting units, now we have to do the fighting unit type. So unit type. Fighting unit type. HAL. FU type. The FU's type determines their abilities, skills in fighting, as well as how they plan on engaging the enemy. So, militia, strength, organization, soft attack, hard attack. Actually, no, it wouldn't be strength, would it? We just need organization, soft, hard attack. 2-2-3-0. Infantry. Oh, God. Taken from the tribes. Easily recruited and quickly trained. The militia is the backbone of any mobile army. They're going to get basic infantry are just going to get a +1 across the board. Trained and recruited. Infantry represents basic soldier that has been trained to fight and die for the cause. Mountaineers. So they have organization 3, soft attack 4, hard attack 0. Specials. Militia can be recruited at half the cost. Campaign note here, please. That's what I'm going to put down. That's going to be it. Special. None. A special. Fighting in dangerous or hazardous terrain. Mountaineers, again, +2 organization and +2 soft attack. That reminds me, I should do more things on control zones, so we're going to add that later, but we want to get this done right now. So, Marines, organization 4, soft attack 4, hard attack 0, special, Marines do not suffer penalty when fighting across rivers or amphibious invasions. Gods. Organization 6. Soft attack 4. Hard attack 0. Special. Trained and dangerous soldier. Trained soldiers designed to hold the line and make sure it doesn't fall. They gain +2 organization when defending. When entrenched or fortified. So they're going to be like Marines. Their big thing is they need to get entrenched or fortified. So engineers, organization 3, soft attack 2, hard attack 2, special engineer can deploy equipment free. Yeah, so engineer, you want to recruit engineers to do things, because what you have to do is you have to move to a point to deploy the equipment. So with engineers, you can move to a point and then immediately deploy the equipment, because each turn, each round, effectively is about a week time. And I actually looked a lot about this and be like, oh, well, a week's kind of a long time, but modern warfare is kind of conducted weird. Like, it's a pretty massive endeavor overall. We would like to, we would like to say that it's fun and exciting. It's not. It's kind of a clusterfuck. But and scouts, organization 2. Soft attack 1, hard attack 1, special. Scouts can move for no action. Again, scouts can move for no action. Oops. Yeah, they're pretty much, militia tier. Like, they're not very good, but the idea is that they can move for free. So you're able to cap points a lot faster with them, as they can they can move once. So you can quickly rush a scout ahead to a point that you need to capture it, and then suddenly it can be a lot easier. However, if they actually get into a fight, they're going to lose. So let's. So militia, mountaineers. Yeah, no. Technically, I could arrange this in alphabetical order, but I'm not going to. Because if I do that, it's going to bog things down. It's going to get a little confusing, and I don't want to do that. I want to try to fit this all in one page. I wonder if I Control-Shift-8 it, it'll work. Control-Shift-8. No. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it off with guards. Amphibious, hazardous. But that also means now I can add personnel right here. Oh, can I fit in? Yeah, I think I can fit it in. So I'm gonna fit. Can I fit in something like that? Yes, I can. Yes, yes, yes. So we want to do something like this. Actually, I kind of want this entire page to be further up. Let's select you. We want to put you right there. Let's make you heading 3. Heading 3. Heading 3. Fighting units, a fuse. +2 hard attack, +4 hard attack. So I just want to make sure this looks right in my own head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a table of contents, Rumble in the Jungle, Supreme Commander, Initiative, I'm going to bump down to heading 4, Warfare Actions, I'm going to bump down to 4. So if I do that, fighting units, okay. So that means I can put you further up. Modify there'll be effective fighting. This entire section, I'm going to have to Control X, put you up here. Yeah. Actually, there we go. The fighting unit is primarily filled with equipped with possessive model. And they're neither amount. So now you're seeing, the thing is, let's say I have a militia. I have soft attack 3. But I also have, you know, old and scavenged guns. I only going to have soft attack 1. I'm only going to do +1 damage against something, and that's not very good. You want to get high soft attack, but your soft attack doesn't do anything against hard attack, so it's kind of hard to deal with. So, what weapons are you? The FUs. What weapons are the FU fighting units equipped with? Set them apart. Each fighting unit size can have an additional support weapon. So, yes, this is another thing I added. So if I sort these paragraphs. So you have grenadiers. Pretty much you just have a crap ton of grenades. 2 soft attack, 2 hard attack. Heavy weapons, +6 soft attack, but you must tend to set a turn to set up to receive the bonus. So you move to a control point, you're going to have to spend your next turn setting up all the equipment, all the heavy MGs, all the things, and you become a slaughterhouse to anyone in the immediate vicinity. You just start slaughtering people. Sniper rifles, you get +2 soft attack, and the opposing force has -2 to all their leadership checks, which can be very good against people who have really high leadership or have some issues with leadership, mostly when you take out an officer with them. Terror weapons, these are things like flamethrowers, just creepy, crazy, weird weapons that are just a nightmare to deal with. +2 soft attack. Opposing force must roll a morale check after the first use. Now, if you're smart, you're combining your snipers with those using terror weapons. So you have one group sniping people, reducing their leadership checks, and then you have the terror weapons go in, force them to make a morale check with the negative to their leadership checks, and bada bing, bada boom, suddenly you are doing a lot more damage. So trench fighters and soft attack when engaged in the same control zone. Pretty much you're in melee combat, you're beating people to death with shovels. Vehicles. Mechanized and only affected by heart attack. If a vehicle is ever caught in rough, dangerous, or hazardous terrain, they lose their soft attack and organization bonus. So unique equipment, anti-armor, only when you're attacking. Soft attack defense, high explosive, may detonate a control zone to remove the positive effects from the location. Yes, you can. If you have high explosives, you can just blow up a place. So if we use one of our examples down, god damn, okay, I'm gonna take some of these pages out. Let's make you go away. Let's make you go away. So let's use. If we go down here, the bridge. You can blow the bridge. You cut off access to all the control zones on the other side of the river. Pretty much, you make it so they have to you have to force them to go through the river, which can be really dangerous for them because they're going to be taking penalties because it's considered hazardous terrain. On the other hand, that means that you as well have to go through the river if you want to cross. So it's kind of the push and pull. Yes, and that does mean you can detonate the town of Jaza and just blow this entire town to smithereens. That is a war crime, however, and war crimes are bad. Well, it depends on your interpretation, but bad. Or you can also detonate things like alpha points, where you just destroy slots and just make it so it's not very valuable. Just destroy a slot right off the bat. So, if you go up here, but that doesn't mean they'll be an effective fighting force. The winds of war are a temperamental force of nature. Things can always go wrong. Actually, do that. Barely equipped. So let's see. Do soldiers have ammo bandages? A unit that is connected with victory point with control zones are considered to be supplied. Certain control zones, if connected, give the well equipped bonus. However, if the unit is cut off some supplies, they start with shortages, then go into barely equipped. Go from shortages, then to barely equipped, to destitute. Destitute. Okay. Destitute, -4 training die. -4 training die. -2 strength. actually half strength. So, effectively, if you are cut off from supplies long enough, if you don't have your supply line secure, you're going to start dying. So you want to secure things that are well equipped, or you want to make sure that your lines aren't broken. So if someone tries to flank you, you want to make sure your flanks are secure, because if you get like a key place cut off, suddenly no one has any supplies, and everyone starts freaking out because everyone's starving to death. Let's see. Situations. Commander's leadership. Supreme Commander's leadership is higher. Plus LDN. Higher than opposing Supreme Commander. Plus LDS organization. Pretty much, if you're just a better commander than someone else, you're going to have more organization. People are just going to say, like, I feel more confident right now. Entrenched, fortified, spell, multiple attackers, larger size. So what are some other things that we can... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that button. Actually, I'm going to do this. Put fighting unit wounds right there for right now. I'm going to write a side note. Side note. Equipment effects. So, detonating a control zone. So, actually, we're going to start from high explosives. Detonating a control zone causes the positive effects taking place, and destroying 2 slots. Artillery can be set up and used to target a single point, as long as a fighting unit occupies the area. Control zone. Artillery barrages. Deal 1d10. Deal 1d10 damage. Deal 1d10 minus. Actually, artillery barrages reduce fighting units. Actually, opposing fighting units organization by 5 in that control zone. Anti-air. If the opposing force is receiving assistance or bonuses from air control, they lose. Okay. There's my phone call. I will be back in a second. I'm back. So, where were we? Let me just do a quick double check. Okay. Alright, so if we see here, we have anti-air assistance for boats removing. Wait, that reminds me, we're going to have to add air combat now. Oh, Jesus. Okay, modifiers, support equipment situations. Oh, yeah, actually, +3 soft attack, +2 hard attack. Yeah, pretty much. If by virtue of having air support, of just having things in the air, strafing, bombing, doesn't really matter. When I go into the other expansions, when I go into probably the Second American Civil War with combined with kind of a deeper combined armed warfare system, that's when I'm going to add in more things with flying and what does the air war look like, just as much as what does the ground war look like. So let's see. FOB. Forward operating base. All units within, all FUs within one control zone. The FOB are considered to be well supplied. Field hospital. All FUs within one control zone of the field hospital. Regain +2 strength around. Oh. Listening post. All FUs within 2 control zones. Listening post. Let's see, plus training die. +1 training. Pretty much, if you have a listening post set up, that means you can effectively just hear and listen in on what the enemy's doing, or you can make sure, hey, they're going to try to intercept us, or hey, something like that. So you want to go there, you want to destroy or capture listening posts that are set up by the enemy. Let's see. Deep entrenchment. Where are the modifiers? Improve. Add another layer of, actually, entrenchment is a free action. That's all I'm going to say is just entrenchment's a free action. Entrenchment is a free action. Bada bing, bada boom. We want to insert table 1 by 1, Control V. B. Oh no. Actually, why is everything gray? That's why I actually don't like going down to heading 4, because then everything turns gray. You don't notice it. explosives, artillery, anti-air, forward operating base, listening posts, field hospital. There we go. Let's hit sorted paragraphs A to Z. Supply shortages, destitute, Supreme Commander. So we want to move you up to the FUs, personnel, fighting units, FU strength, total strength, training die, FU type. We want to go down to heading 4. I just said I don't like using heading 4 often, but here we are using heading 4. We are going to hit table properties, center, middle. We want to go to the left, actually. I'm going to slap a picture right here. Personnel, training die, infantry equipment. Slap a picture right there. Support weapons, vehicles, unique equipment. Picture right there. Modifiers, support equipment and supply, situations, and then let's see. So we want to actually put you all the way up here to that one. Fighting unit. Makes another. Range FUs or one control zone away from them. FUs may attack up to 3 control zones away. Take a penalty of -2. Pretty much just doing less damage the farther away you're shooting by virtue of literally being just far away. You know, your bullets aren't connecting. Like, if you're pretty close, you're going to be doing maximum damage. The control zone, adding entrenched. Using the action again. Replaces entrenched with fortified. Which again replaces, using the action again, replaces entrenched with fortified. Yeah, that's the correct sentence. Organize retreat, use equipment. Heading 3, 4. Okay, let's roll all the way back up here. Let's hit this. Routing and morale. Oh, please, please, please no. Routing and morale. Control zones. Cool. So that means we want to do terrain modifiers. Each piece of terrain is also designated terrain type ranging from safe to hazardous. these trains give bonuses or penalties to those attacking or moving through the control point, control zone. Each piece of terrain is also designated with terrain. Yep, control zone. So we're going to have safe, dangerous, no, safe, rough, dangerous, hazardous. Is that what I talk about? Let's hazardous, dangerous, or hazardous. Hazardous. So, safe, no penalties, no bonuses. Safe, open fields, well-paved roads, or untouched city blocks. No bonuses, no penalties. I'm going to organize this a little bit better in here. Oof. No bonuses, no penalties. +2 to soft attack defense. -2 to soft attack offense. Train types. My thing will always be go to video. When in doubt, go to video. And you may be wondering, why should I go to video games if I want to do my awesome tabletop experience? Well, 2 reasons. Reason 1 is because it's easy. Because one of the advantages of going through video is fundamentally it's already kind of sorted out for you. They've done all the background calculations and people have already found it out. So it's a little bit easier to kind of get an idea of what you're working with. Terrain, skirmish war game terrain. Balls. What am I looking for here? I'm going to consult. We're going to Infinity. The game. Oh, we want the rules. Start playing. Yeah, let's open up the quick start rules. And yes, this is Infinity. It is a tabletop skirmish game. I've used some things from it before for other projects. It's actually kind of, the rules are fairly simple, so. Okay, let's see. So, okay, improvement effect every movement again. Okay, okay. Yeah, going to that dreadful little site known as Reddit. But it works, so. Attack defense, negative 4 to soft attack offense. Ah, God, that's not what I'm going for here. What am I looking for here? What am I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. So here, let's see. No bonus, no penalty. Rough. So what do I mean by rough terrain? Let's think about it. Terrain that's difficult to maneuver through and difficult to kind of attack from. Broken city streets. Dense woods. Okay, you know what? It's going to be +2 to FU defense, -2 to FU offense. Dangerous, +4 to FU defense, -2 to FU offense. Hazardous, +6 to FU defense. Actually, no. Here we're going to do -2 to FU defense. -4 to FU defense. -6 to FU defense. So they can mitigate a lot of the. They mitigate the entirety of rough terrain. So they effectively reduce dangerous in half and hazardous by 1/3, which is a pretty good. Because they gain bonus organization. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. It's not perfect, but I think it'll work. I say that a lot, but it's true. Control zones. How do we want to... since we did that, we'll do 3. For purposes of terrain, go by what's there and what's appropriate. A broken city with nothing but debris may give the defenders a solid entrenchment bonus, but they'll have to worry about the dangerous conditions around them. Yeah, this is going to be one of those rules I think I just need to... It will be getting fixed, hopefully, because I'm going to be posting this again on TG and having them kind of take a look at some things. One of those things like I wish I could find a better answer to it. Routing and morale, let's see. So let's go all the way back up here. Ring ding ding, how are you? Hello phone. I didn't mean to hit... Hey, wait, do you have to be 3 then? Yeah, you would have to be 4 then. Ew. Okay, routing and morale. FU, we have types. Let's do another double check through everything. Amphibious invasions. Okay. Let's double check one last time. Let's see, maneuver into a new control zone adjacent to their currently occupied one. That reminds me, I'm gonna have to make maps, aren't I? I'm gonna do two. If you haven't noticed, this is what I'm basing this entire system off of, arguably, is the Red Orchestra series. So, let's see, Rising Storm, 2 maps. Unless I just want to make my own. Balance map design. Shooter. Oh, where are you? There we are. I'm going to steal this right off the bat. This was actually from On Game Design by Mike Stout, video game designer. This is from his blog, but we're going to use that for our purposes here. We're going to use this. So we want to go to fixing mass combat, and post picture above it. Let me just make a quick double check to make sure I'm going to credit the right guy. Mike Stout. Title by Mike Stout on game design. There we go. I'm just gonna put the entire thing in there because it's put some alt text in there. I could draw. Oh. Explains it better than I could. Try to make maps relatively balanced, but only if that's the case. Every point should be able to move to every other point with relative ease in a gradual escalation. Okay, so we have everything here. We're gonna. Okay. It's not always one of those things like I wish I could do more with it, but I don't think that's going to help. It's just me staring at it, clicking buttons and saying, okay, it's going to get fixed now. It's going to get fixed now. No, that's not going to help. So let's select everything we can. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm. Okay, selected everything, backspace. Control V. There we go. We added our newest section. Rumble in the Jungle. There's something I'm missing, most likely. I don't know what, though. That's the problem. I don't know what I'm missing, but I think I am. But, fuck it. Let's continue going. Let's see, I've been streaming for, Jesus, a while now. But that's fine. I think I can keep going. It's gonna be a little bit of a longer stream. We'll see if I can't go to 2 hours just to... We'll get the basics for equipment. Yeah, this is the problem with using good old-fashioned Cyberpunk 2020 is that they don't have any really they don't have any modern guns. Types of firearms. Yep, we're gonna search up types of firearms. Pistols, handguns, Alright, alright, we can deal with this. Rifles and shotguns, so we're going to add rifles, shotguns, handgun. We're going to do semi-automatics, semi-automatic pistol, revolver, carbines, do assault rifles, heavy assault rifles. Do I already have effectively a sniper rifle? No, I have a hunting rifle, so we're going to do sniper rifle. Submachine. Actually, assault rifles and machine guns are technically different things. No, we're going to cover that everything thing. We're going to be filthy, filthy Americans. PDW. Battle rifles. Fucking P90 and Heckler and Koch MP7. Personal defense weapons. Carbines, rifles, shotguns, long guns, handguns. So, oh wait, DMRs, designated marksman rifles. Oh fuck it, okay. Anti-material rifles, a shotgun, some machine guns, personal defense weapons, squad automatic weapons. We're gonna do. What's a squad automatic weapon? Oh, it's like a Bren gun or a saw. Okay. Squad automatic weapon. Let's see, man, portable firearm. PDA, light machine gun, LMG. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. We've added. Come on, give me more weapons. I need as many guns as possible. Okay, alright. Types of firearms. Shotguns, we're going to do a pump shotgun, pump shotguns, automatic shotguns. Yep, this is what we're doing. There, you know what? Writing Hearts of Darkness, African Warlord Simulator, Commando Autism. Yeah, we need guns. We need more guns. We must acquire more rifles. More guns for the gun god. Everyone's shit posting. I must acquire more guns. Caliber, types of guns. Yes, types of guns. Bolt action rifles, lever action rifles. Oh, Jesus, there's so many rifles. Okay, so... Howa 1500? What's a Howa 1500? Oh, well, looks like it's a modern rifle, so we're gonna have to go with bolt action rifles, lever action rifles, Gimme. Okay, let's see. Combat shotgun. So, combat shotgun, riot shotgun, sawed-off shotguns. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, we're gonna have to... So, pump shotguns, automatic shotguns, sawed-off shotguns, fuck it, let's say coach guns. It looks ridiculous, and I like it. No. Too autistic. Calm. Okay, let's see. Break action, bolt action, automatics. Bond arm cowboys, defender, 45 shotgun pistol. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to put that in there because that's stupid and I love it. Shotgun pistol. Let me think. What is... Okay, so we have types of shotguns, we have some revolvers, we have PDWs, heavy assault rifles, light machine guns, semi-automatics. Actually, because someone's gonna have weird types of guns. Cool. Let's look at guns. We are looking at guns now, folks. We are commando autism. Cannons. Gun to a knife fight. Apache hand revolver. No idea. What is this? What is this world? What are some types of firearm? 3 types of gun. Okay. All right. Cool. I think, you know what? I think we've done enough. I think we've done a lot of good old-fashioned autism today, trying to find guns. So, thank you all for watching. If you are watching this on Twitch at a later time, leave me a follow. If you are watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. Goodbye.